through the Steel City. Is everybody ready to go? Let's proclaim the greatest radio show.
Welcome, fans, to year 4 of the Spreads Pick Show. I'm your host, Jim Sella, here with J Dash and the return of Big Easy.
Get money.
Easy. You only come around every so often, so when you come around, it feels like the nature boy Ric Flair's in the room.
Yeah, do you see that shirt he had on? Not dead yet. Not dead yet. Well, I'm always down to get these, put in the locks and get money.
Well, do you want to start off with a college pick of the week? Do you want to throw out one of your college picks of the week there?
No, we'll wait till the end of the show for that.
To the end of the show?
Yeah,
when nobody's listening, so when you lose, no one cares?
Right. It's funny that I don't have one yet. I didn't even look.
All right. Well,
fans, if you have any questions or comments about any games, hit us up on Twitter at bet_the_spread. Hit me up on Twitter at betjimthewin, or check out our Facebook page at facebook.com/betthespread.
Last season, Easy led the way, going 52, 37, and 5 overall. I came in second at 50, 39, and 5. Jim, you had a good season, 47, 42, and 5.
Ball.
And Johnny Parlay went 42, 47, and 5, but he still leads the way with the most wins all time, and he ended on a pretty good streak last season. And JK47 went 0 and 5 last year.
Dude's beat. He's not even in the fantasy league this year.
Yeah, can't handle it.
Lost it.
But we're going to start off with Easy's game, a 1 o'clock game. Now, Easy is 9-1-3 in his last 13 picks of the week.
Keep it going.
He's taking Jacksonville at Houston. Houston's minus 5.5.
Why not?
The over-under is 39.5. And who are you going with, Easy? Actually, this is a spread sweep already.
Houston. I don't remember what New Orleans did like the first game in the Superdome after Katrina, but like
they won the Super Bowl.
Well, it almost has that feeling, and it'd be different if Kansas City looked good, but if a solid team was going into Houston, 5.5 points, that'd be a little bit too much. But Jacksonville, I mean, although they can put points up late, I still believe Houston.
Yeah, when they're losing big already.
Yes, I still believe. I mean, they've been known to come back and take a hondo away from you at the end. But I'm still going to say Houston covers that line. With my boy Savage throwing them deep into the zone.
Yeah, that's really the only thing that scares me at this point is Tom Savage is starting a quarterback. And, I said at the beginning of the season, I keep saying that, I think Blake Bortles can have a bounce-back season. They bring in the rookie running back in Leonard Fournette. I love Allen Robinson out there. So they have some weapons around Bortles. I'm not sure about their defense. They did get a little better last season compared to previous years, but I still don't think they're that great. They're going in against one of the best defenses in football, although the New England Patriots were supposed to be one of the best as well, and they look like crap on Thursday. So don't take too much out of that. I just think Houston, they're more of a well-rounded team. I think the first game here, even though it is 5.5, they are going to cover.
Jacksonville was everybody's off-season darling. Even I was big on the Jaguars in the offseason. They added some pieces to that defense that they needed to help get the points down. The offense, you got Bortles, you got Robinson, you got Hearns. They added Fournette. I mean, this was an offense that was expected to take that next step, and then Bortles pretty much shit the bed here in the preseason and couldn't hit the broadside of a barn with the foot. I mean, there was rumblings at one point, even from the coaching staff, that Chad Henne was going to get a chance to start for this team. I don't know really what happened with that, because after that they announced Bortles as a starter, but Bortles isn't playing any better. Houston's got a lights-out defense. I think Easy's onto something a little bit when he's talking about the first game after a big disaster. Houston's going to be pumped up. The fan base is going to be pumped up. J.J. Watt's going to be back on the field for Houston after missing some time last year to make that defense even better. Dash, you make a good point with Tom Savage at quarterback, but honestly, Houston only needs to score 17 points to be able to beat them by 5.5, because I don't see Jacksonville doing much of anything on offense in this football game.
Yeah, we're going spread sweep here. Johnny Parlay's saying the Houston Texans as well.
Get money.
The second game we're going to go with is mine. I am actually on a 26-16-2 streak over my last 44 picks. I'm going to go with Oakland at Tennessee. Tennessee's -2.5, and the over-under is 50.5. I like both of these offenses this season. I'm really big on Tennessee this year. I think they have an explosive offense, especially if Corey Davis can turn into the player that everybody thinks he can be. DeMarco Murray and Derrick Henry in the backfield is a good 1-2 punch. I'm not sure about either one of these defenses, though. Last year, we seen Oakland start off slow, get a little bit better. Tennessee, they're not a great defense necessarily. They're not terrible either, though. But I think this is going to be a good game, and it's probably my favorite game of the week outside of the Pittsburgh game. So I'm going to go with Tennessee here, though. I just love the weapons they have around Mariota. I think this is one of the top 5 teams in the AFC this year, along with Oakland. I think Oakland is as well. But I'm going to go with Tennessee here. I believe Tennessee at home is going to win this game.
Yeah, everybody's real big on Oakland too this year, and Oakland has a really good Oakland has a really good offense, but that defense is a little bit suspect. They have Khalil Mack. Outside of that, they don't really have a whole lot. I think Tennessee's an up-and-coming offense, especially Marcus Mariota, as long as his leg's all right. They got DeMarco Murray in the backfield. They added Corey Davis. They have Delaney Walker. They have all the pieces there to fit the type of offense that Mariota could run. And Dick LeBeau's still out there, as part of that defensive coordinator staff. They're changing away, moving from a little bit of zone, moving into some more man coverage, so that's definitely going to help them out. At Oakland, I would take Oakland, but all the way here in Tennessee, first game of the year, I guess, Carr hurt his leg and Mariota hurt his leg, so it's a face-off of dudes with bum legs. But I think Mariota wins this one out. I think Tennessee squeaks by like 4 points maybe.
Yeah, you and I are saying Tennessee. Johnny Parlay and Easy are going the other way with Oakland. Why Oakland?
The Raiders.
You just love them. They looked good last season. Derek Carr went down late. Is he going to get off to a slow start? You don't think so. You think he's going to go in and ball.
Well, if he would get off to a slow start, what's saying Mariota's not going to get off to a
It's
slow
possible.
start?
I'm just asking a question.
Bummed out too. Yeah, the myth of the West Coast team traveling to the East Coast was debunked last year when I'm pretty sure
Colin Kaepernick.
No, didn't Oakland go undefeated on the road or something like that?
Possibly. I don't know, man.
I don't know.
They went defeated in the playoffs.
Believe.
Pretty sure it didn't matter about traveling across the country, so I take that out of play. And then so I match up the two teams against each other.
Tennessee.
I like Tennessee's uniforms, but I could care less about DeMarco Murray. And I don't know. I just see better offense from Oakland. So, ball.
Well, they did get rid of their running back, Latavius Murray. He went over to the Minnesota Vikings, don't forget. He was a big part of their offense the past couple of years.
Oh, yeah. Well, who's running the ball now? I forget.
Marshawn Lynch.
Oh, that dude. Yeah.
Dude's beat.
Who knows? He's so beat.
Did anybody even draft him in our fantasy league?
Yeah, I believe so.
Worthless.
Johnny Parlay dropped Phillip Rivers already.
Nice.
Very nice.
Parlay had the number 1 pick. His draft's beat.
All right, the third pick, another 1 o'clock game. All these first 3 games are 1 o'clock games. It is Johnny Parlay's pick. He is actually 25-17-2 over his last 44 picks after a slow start last season. He's going with an AFC North division game here. Baltimore at Cincy. Cincy's -3. The over-under is 42.5.
What's Parlay taking?
Parlay is going to go with Cincinnati. We all are besides you, Jim.
Yeah, see, I don't know. I'm down on the Bengals. I was down on the Bengals last year. I know Joe Flacco missed all preseason and pretty much all training camp, too. I think he really hasn't thrown the football much at all. Baltimore is going to run the ball a little better this year than they did last year. They definitely have a better defense than Cincinnati. Cincinnati just signed that gangster Vontaze Burfict to a contract extension, but he's not going to be playing in this game because he's suspended again. The only guy who gets suspended and gets a contract extension the next week. I'm not big on the Bengals at all. horribly down on him. I think Andy Dalton's peaked. He's garbage. The team's garbage. They're going to flop again this
Hates
year.
him.
Marvin Lewis is going to be fired. They're going to tear everything apart and rebuild.
Well, I think they're healthy right now, man, and that's a big part of why they had a bad season last year. AJ Green's healthy right now. It looks like Tyler Eifert's going to be healthy.
Yeah,
so
weapons.
They have their weapons out there. They have 3 running backs that can get it done. I don't know if Jeremy Hill's completely healthy or not, but I like Bernard and Mixon better anyways. So they have at least 2 of them out there for this game. And Baltimore, they brought in a couple people, Danny Woodhead, Jeremy Maclin, so they have a new cast out there. Joe Flacco didn't get much work, so it might take a little time for this crew to get some chemistry going. So I'm going to say first week, division game, it's going to be close. Cincinnati comes out with the win at home.
Yeah.
I think Baltimore wins 12-7.
12-7.
I despise both teams. They're both garbage. Both quarterbacks have peaked, as Jim mentioned. They've peaked and now they're on the downward spiral.
And did you draft AJ Green? Were you the one that drafted him?
Believe it. The only one who hasn't peaked is AJ Green.
Okay.
And what's his name? The other dude, Tyler Boyd. He's still
Tyler
good.
Boyd.
Boy,
My Boyd.
easy.
Rep.
That's my Boyd.
And then so that's about it. Home team, Baltimore in shambles. I don't know. I hate Baltimore more. So
Oh, I don't know, man. Since he's tough to like.
yeah, but they're easy to beat. They're easier to beat.
Yeah.
So we got a spread solo there for Jim. He's the only one going Baltimore, and we have a spread solo on the next game as well, and that is your game, Jim. You are actually on a 53-45-5 run over your last 103 picks. And
make money.
Stats.
you are you are not going spread solo here. That's the next game. But you are going the Giants at Dallas. Dallas is -4. The over-under is 48. We actually, let's see here. Easy's the one going spread solo here.
All right. Easy doesn't know what he's talking about. Although it was announced right before we came on the air that the suspension for Ezekiel Elliott has been put on suspension, I guess. It's not finalized whether he's never going to get it. But it doesn't look like he's going to be suspended at all for this year, at least not early on. So he's going to be there in this game. That kind of changes a lot from when I first, picked this game when we were talking about it, Dash. But I still think the Giants are going to keep it within 4 points. This is a division game. I'm not totally sold on Dallas being a great team. They're a good team. They had a good year last year. Dak Prescott, I don't remember the exact stats, but he only threw for over 200 yards in like 4 or 5 total games last year. So if the Giants can stop the run game and force Prescott to try to beat them, they have a chance to win this football game. I like the Giants early in the season. I usually pick them to at least against the spread against Dallas early in the year all the time. I picked them in my Survivor League last year. They actually beat Dallas in week 1 when they were an underdog. So I'm going to go with them again this year for my pick of the week. I'm not sold on Dallas. I'm not saying the Giants are great, but it's just like a Pittsburgh-Baltimore rivalry. These games are always close. They're hard fought, and I think the Giants can squeak one out. I like Eli Manning better than Dak Prescott. Manning's got some weapons, man. He's got ODB. I know he's hurt right now. And
Brandon Marshall.
He's got Brandon Marshall on the other side. I mean, it's definitely a better offense than it was last year.
Yeah, I wanted to mention this is the Sunday night game. I'm going to go with the Giants as well. Like I mentioned with the Baltimore-Cincy game, a division game to start the season. I think it's going to be a hard-fought game. And just the fact that Dallas is -4 in this game, with or without Zeke, I don't really mind at this point. It's really, I think Zeke's a great running back. He's the best thing they have out there, obviously. But that offensive line is so good that I think they'd had the run game anyway without him in this game. But I think the Giants will be able to keep it close enough where maybe Dallas does win this game, but it's going to be by a field goal or less.
Dallas didn't beat New York at all last year.
No?
No, they got swept by them, and that's why I think they're just going to be so much more into this game. And
Dallas.
Yeah, Dallas, and wanting to
the heart of the resistance.
Yes. So, and Eli Manning's garbage.
Well, I would like to say Dak Prescott coming into his sophomore season, that now teams have a full offseason of tape on this guy, so it might be a little bit harder for him this season, and it might take him a few games to get back to where he was last season. But yes, Easy is going Dallas for the spread solo. And the last game, the second Monday night game, the late game on Monday, the Los Angeles Chargers at Denver. Denver is -3. The over-under is 43 in this game. And Jim, you were going spread solo on this one.
I'm the only one taking the Chargers.
Only one.
Man, Denver's going to be garbage this year. 6-10.
Well, when was the last time the Chargers were not garbage?
Yeah, I'm not saying the Chargers are going to be a great football team, but this is another division matchup. I think Denver's defense a little overrated compared to what it was. I think they're falling off. I'm not saying they're going to be bad. I just don't think they're going to be as dominant as people thought. The Chargers, if these players are smart, they're going to be energized. They're going to come out and play good football because they're trying to sell a city to split their allegiance between them and the Rams. The Chargers need to come out and get these victories. I'm sure the coaching staff's beating it into their head. Phillip Rivers, as much as I can't stand the guy, he's 10 times the quarterback that anybody in Denver is. Paxton Lynch back up. He's hurt. I think he might be on short-term IR, honestly. They got Trevor Siemian starting 7th-round draft pick. They brought Brock Osweiler back 2 years after not signing him, and then he signed a huge deal in Houston, then got sold to Cleveland, and then got cut because nobody even wanted him. I mean, their quarterbacks are a mess. Their running game, I'm not sold on C.J. Anderson. They do have Emmanuel Sanders and Demetrius Thomas, but nah.
Demarius.
I'm done. Demarius Thomas, sorry, I'm done with them. They're nothing. That division's going to be wide open.
Well, first of all, I think their defense is pretty good still. Not maybe as dominant as it was a few years back, but they still got a pretty decent defense. And this team can win at home, man. And the Los Angeles Chargers, at least the San Diego Chargers, they have a lot of players that are good in fantasy. You got your Keenan Allens out there. You had your Danny Woodheads, although he's gone. Melvin Gordon was a top pick this year as well, although I'm not sold on their run game. You said you're not sold on Denver's. I'm not sold on the Chargers. Melvin Gordon, he may be a good running back, but they never really had that great of an offensive line. They always had trouble keeping their wide receivers healthy. Now they seem to be healthy going into this game. But I just think Denver knows how to win games, especially at home. And I believe in that run game a little bit more than you do. Not saying C.J. Anderson necessarily, but Denver always has a pretty good run game. So the fact that this is at home, Denver can win at home. The Chargers always have, they have more talent than the wins that they gather throughout the season. I mean, they always have the talent. They just don't come up with the wins. And I think that's going to be the same this week. And seeing that it's just -3 for Denver, I'm going to say Denver wins this game and covers the line.
LA Chargers have never lost a game in Denver.
Yeah, believe that. Well, maybe. I don't know. There was a Los Angeles Chargers. I don't know if Denver was even around back then.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the same franchise, even if it was. But I like to tell people that, and then they look at me like I'm some genius when really they're just stupid. Easy. Why do you like Denver?
Who's their quarterback?
Trevor Siemian.
Yeah, it really doesn't even matter. It's just hard when you play playing at Denver's rough. I didn't get a chance to look back to see what the Chargers did last year there, but earlier I seen the line was 3.5, and I liked LA. That half point. Because I believe this is going to be a close game. Like you said, that Baltimore-Cincy game is going to be. I think this is going to be one of the more closer games of the week. And that I would have went with that half point on LA's side. But now that it had come down to 3 even, I mean, I'm just going to go with Denver for being at home, to be honest. Because both teams are garbage.
Get that push.
That's right.
So that's it. Jim's going spread solo with the Chargers. The rest of us saying Denver. And Jim, you and I are tied for wins, 134 each. However, I only have 118 losses compared to your 142.
Doesn't matter how many losses, just how many wins.
All right. Well, let's see who ends up with the most by the end of this season, or by the end of this week. I'll have more.
College pop. Introduce it. You have to introduce it.
College Pop of the Week
Yeah.
by Easy.
Yes, it's big showdown Saturday night. Classic rivalry, USC Stanford. I'm seeing USC -5.5. I'm going to go with the home team. That's right. Covering Easy against Stanford. USC College Pop of the Week.
Ball.
Is Penn State going to demolish Pitt?
Yes,
I would think so.
easily, handedly. There's going to be like 108,000 people in the stadium. It's just going to be madness. You got Heisman, quality running back, just number 4 team in the country, just big time. They have a lot more to lose, Penn State, obviously, and you can't sleep on. We beat them last year, plus we beat Clemson last year, but still.
But no James Conner.
Yeah, no Connor. You lost you lost running back, a quarterback, a couple linemen, defensive backs or whatever. A couple maybe a D guy or whatever to the NFL. It's just not the same Pitt team. So, I mean, they're 21-point underdogs, and I can see it. Guys can see them getting beat by 40.
They're beat.
So that's it. We gave you 5 NFL picks. Easy gave you a college pop. And don't forget, we had our Steelers preview already. And Jim and I say the Steelers cover that line as well.
You better believe
Putting
it.
a hundo on it.
Believe it. 2 stacks.
Fans, questions, comments, hit us up on Twitter at bet_the_spread. Hit me up on Twitter at betjimtowin. Check out our Facebook page at facebook.com/betthespread. Keep coming back to YouTube. Click subscribe. Share it with your friends. Listen to the show. Make some money. Everybody loves football season. I'm pumped up.